We are at a point in Earth history where we've had the Bible in print too long. That's why I'm recording myself, and I've collected the Bibles, all of them that I could get my hands on, and I've gone through thousands of Bibles, and all Bibles in English, all Bibles in English. In fact, I'm over 6 million into this particular YouTube single explanation of the entire Bible. This entire numerical Bible I'm explaining. I've invested 6 million into making sense of one verse. Well, we have a cult on the internet, and we're going to take it at that. A cult who refuses to accept reality that we need to get this Bible out of print. So I'm 6 million into being able to read one verse of the Bible to you, and we're going to get the Bible out of print at that. And in this post, I'm explaining how Jesus himself was a Latin, Greek, English legend, a legend we needed to turn off at this little thing. At this little 27 book, put it in your back pocket and make it work at Jesus or not. And is it for real? Well, it's a little 27 book King James Version. It's for real. It's right here. This one has a red letter legend in it, as does this one not have in it. Let me read. The legend that's in this book it's in print. The legend is in this book it's in print and it's not explained. The legend of the numerical Bible says a revised translation of the Holy Scriptures with expository notes. So I've collected all of the 1859 thereafter. Hey, we kept this legend of James Ussher is what we did. How did I find that out? Well, I took the entire King James Version of the Bible and compared each and every verse to what it said. Is the year, what year is it when we did that? And what year is it now? When did they write this? What did we miss in between? Well, everything. You kept a legend of a book in print still. This little legend right here got questions that cult on the internet. This little thing. Get rid of all of this. This little New Testament, put it in your back pocket. Feldo for one, he was a 40,000-year fossil remain. He didn't get to vote. Neither did Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil remain. We have to make sense out for the age of the Grand Canyon for science to actually buy some reality, which is that it's really old. So science, here's what you're going to take out of this. With this in English, you made it to the moon on a powered kite from Kitty Hawk. Science did. Hey, way to go. Coming back with an old moon rocket. So it's old and you carried it. Way to go. You did it well. You didn't teach great apes how to write yet. And you kept a record of Earth history. Really, 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 really shallow. Got questions that cult on the internet. Your interpretation at 6,000, it's always been invalid. The Bible has always been invalid from 1650. Invalid interpretation. So look at how James Ussher himself invalidated it when he was born. He invalidated it for Elizabeth. And Trinity College, hey, you guys are in a moral and competent school now. You still have this book in print, and you didn't go, Lord Kelvin, what do you have to say about this? And you didn't say Isaac Newton was here at our college and we have his works. Oh, we better go check his stuff. He thought God magically poofed according to this book in 4,000 BC. And James Ussher, he was a little savant there. You went back and got rid of this because he was pretty young and stupid when he read this book and kept the medieval legend elsewhere. And you guys still have that. You still have the medieval legend of the medieval interpretation of this. It's the winding of that's actually not any truth. That's a medieval legend. You don't know how to read the book is actually what it is. So get rid of the book. Be done with the Bible. I'm Ben David. I'm telling you, get off of the internet and be done with the BibleGotQuestions.org cult on the internet. We don't need you anymore. We don't need 1023, 4004 BC. We don't need 3760. We don't need 4000 BC. We need to look, how can we make this thing for real? And how do we interpret this? How do we notice the 1611 is invalid? Well, we have a cult on the internet who can't turn off and get rid of the 16. Bible because of, and in the year 1610, we had plenty of data. In the years 2020, you evolved, and you even evolved the Bible. It says it had it. You evolved writing, and you did that, and you didn't know how to keep a book out of print because it was still in print, and you evolved writing well while you debated it, and you couldn't figure anything out. So let me go to the Talmud. The qualifications which should be possessed by a judge are set very high. So we went to the Talmud, and so there's a lot of data to go through to get you out of hell with, because you're still an incompetent cult on the internet and you refuse to turn off at the abolition of private property, the communistic regulation of property, and the abolition of the alien attitude of men to their own product, or the power of supply and demand, would be dissolved in nothing, and you're an immoral, incompetent cult on the internet who can't keep track of how long you've had airplanes. All these payments, like all the damages enumerated in the sphere of torts, you're in hell. By the way, with the 6,000 year dumb, that's a really dumb place to keep the Bible at. A grudging eyes and passion for wealth Maimonides. That was a really dumb place to keep the Bible at. He told us not to. I'm recording myself. Go to my website, pick up a pair of Maxwell Diogenes so you can get to God and get out of hell and learn how to read the Bible. Giants in Chaos. Yeah, you've got a cult on the internet. Lost Worlds, you couldn't find it, and they're over there at GotQuestions.org. There's nothing in the Bible, but there's a cult on the internet, and because there's a cult on the internet, we got to get rid of the entire Bible and let you know what it actually said. It said God and Moses spoke face to face, so we got rid of the whole Bible at that, and that was in Deuteronomy 34:10, called turn off at. You don't know how to read the 16:11. You don't know how to read or memorize one word and think about it more than once. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. In the silvery darkness of the joyous solemn crowd, a group of people who had lived for many months without sunlight were mollified into excitement as Eskimos looked to the east where the sun has regularly appeared. This wasn't in the 1986 Britannica. James is sure, I think he was. I validated with Paul. But David, the Living Talmud is better. So you follow the legend from 1611 through to 1650 through to the year 2020. A man should recite his prayer like a poor person, pleading and beseeching for something which he needs, and you don't need the Bible because of that. Follow the legend from 1611 to 1650. Tell you that will avenge you speedily. Nevertheless, the Son of Man cometh shall you find on the earth. You had a 1611 immoral, incompetent 6,000 year to get rid of the legend. And so the Rashi is universally acknowledged as one. Hey, you got pulled out there. The greatest commentator on the Talmud. I've read it all. He's okay. But you made it worse by even commenting on it and not getting the Bible out of print because of the Talmud. And you still had it in the Zohar also. Rabbi Shimon, thanks, but Rabbi Berg, you're fired. You have the Bible in print still. After the festival, the employer who took the wages together with the 3 donkeys get the Bible out of print, and you're all idiots having that Bible and God's not in it, and it's 6,000 years of magic proofing. God and Moses spoke face to face, get the Bible out of print with the old woman's blessings and tears from men. God and Moses spoke face to face. They learned to write. 3500 BC out of Sumer. The 2 daring travelers set forth, and you follow the legend from 1611. You didn't write the Bible, and we'll get you out of hell with that. And they pulled out of the fort. So I had read the whole Bible. It took a really long ass time. And this is a medieval legend. I'm sorry about that, but it is. Get rid of it. I had to do that for the former USSR to make sure that Russian apocryphal was valid in English, and it wasn't, because the 1611 wasn't valid in English. So I just compared it perfectly, and then I compared every Bible in print, and I found there was only one verse in the Bible that made it work, which is Deuteronomy 34:10. You had to make sense out of that and turn it off at that. Exodus 33:11. God and Moses spoke face to face. Turn it off at that. Turn off the Bible because I told you that. Turn off the Bible because you have have it and you never knew how to read it. Got questions that called on the internet. You made it up. Get lost. Get lost. There's nothing in the Bible, but it calls on the internet in the year 2020. Nothing in the Bible because Jesus was medieval and nothing in the Bible because you have a cult on the internet in the year 2020. No surprise. That's kind of how the Bible worked. Nothing in the Bible because you still have it. And you let it expire. After 1890, it was right here in 1890. You let it expire with 1859. Nothing in the Bible after 1859 following the legend. And if a soul sin, having followed a legend after the year 1859, 4004 BC, turn it off because of unto Jehovah for sin offering, and 4000 BC to turn it off of because it wobbled, and the other four for a burnt offering. You didn't know how this was done, and God magically sprinkled some fairy dust on this to think about one verse, one whole verse. Does this Bible work? Is it valid in English? Is it valid? I'll ask you the question and tell you how to make this book valid. How do you make a book valid? Well, you get rid of it and you never use it again. And you go here to Deuteronomy 34:10. Hey, what does the Numerical Bible say? Okay, Deuteronomy 34:10. Well, the 1859 Holy Scriptures in English had a legend at 1023 4004 BC. It went red letter legend after that. And in 1890, when I picked it up with Finnish language Apocrypha, it was a beautiful Biblia. Apocrypha Kursha, 1890. We're here. 1859 Theory of Evolution. You followed a legend after that. 1859 explained to you how to turn this legend off. 1890 legend got questions that calls on the internet. 1890 through to the year 2020. 1850 legend, 1890 legend. They were going to keep with this. We think this said that. And it doesn't. It doesn't. Even took God out of your exposition. Even took God out of your exposition. Here it doesn't say this either. God magically put this 6,000 years. Let's keep reading it. And Jehovah said to him, take this to the land that I swear unto Abraham. So I'm accepting the 9/11 Jihad, explaining this to you and explaining to you called on the internet that the 1890 is an invalid in English. It took a lot like that. They got 3 airplanes to do that, and you didn't open up your eyes to. And Joshua the son of Nun, filled with the spirit of wisdom, and you received the 9/11 events, and you couldn't turn off the Bible because you're too dumb for it. Had laid his hands upon him, and the children of Israel hearkened unto him and did as Jehovah commanded Moses. And there hath risen since in Israel no prophet like Moses, whom Jehovah knew face to face. So this face to face in 1890 worked, but you followed a legend of it didn't say that. And now we got to get rid of every Bible in print because of that. Jesus is a Latin, Greek, English legend. Got questions? I cult on the internet. Go away. I'm explaining to you, everyone here. I explained it to Facebook, YouTube. You do this on YouTube, whatever. Your church systems are using a Bible, a Latin, Greek, English legend. You can't figure out what it said. And it said, you read it again and get rid of it because it's in English. And after the year 3500 BC, because it's in English, you evolved it. And because after the year 3500 BC, you followed a 4000 BC legend, you evolved everything. And after the year 3500 BC, coming up from October 23, 4004 BC, 1650, you were really dumb at. And they turned the Bible off at you, didn't know how to read it. God and Moses spoke face to face. Jehovah does not like me, not in this book. He's right here, so get rid of it at that. Get rid of God. Get rid of it. Be done with the whole Bible because you don't know how to read. God and Moses spoke face Jehovah, and thou shalt take the other ram. And God and Moses spoke face to face in the 1859 with the legend at 1023 4004 BC. You need to turn it off at the era, and all of the signs that came up after it. This is essentially on the head of the ram. Like 1890, yeah, we had 1856 filed over 140,000 year fossil record, and you can just put them right here because this is a medieval legend. You were too dumb to accept reality for, and this is 1890 medieval legend. Got questions that called still in print. Oops. You had to snip it out and make sure it was correct. Hey, did it have that verse circled? No, it didn't. It didn't get the Bible out of print because of that verse. You had that book wrong. And being invalid there, you didn't know Jehovah and God spoke face to face. Red Letter Legend, Jehovah and God Spoke Face to Face two whole times in 1890 and in 1859, but you don't know how to read it without the legend. 1023, 4004 BC, and they heard these things. Then you have a red letter legend I'll read from. In 3500 BC, you evolved writing in the year 2020 following the legend. Here said therefore a certain, now we have to pray to my dog, nobleman, went into the far country to receive himself a kingdom to return. God and Moses spoke face to face. God and Moses spoke face to face. The only two verses in the 1611 Bible is that Jehovah made it over here. And face to face meant what it said. You got an immoral and common cult on the internet, and the Bible can't read. You got questions that cult. Hey, it's never been 6,000. Get rid of the Bible. Get rid of the Bible. Because the earth's never been 6,000. Got questions that cult on the internet. Get rid of the Bible and say, hey, helping you out. Bible's never been valid. Bible's never been valid. Everyone's got questions that cult on the internet. Got questions.org. You don't know how to think. Got questions.org. You've always been stupid. Yeah, I've been telling you for a year and a half. We know geology now. You're any more retarded. Got questions.stupid and competent. Well, it's who you are. You'll believe anything, but you can't accept the reality of you. You don't know what to look for. You don't know how to get rid of this thing. You're following a legend of a false messiah. Got questions.org, cult on the internet. Get off. You're following a legend of a false messiah in English. You collapse your churches, take the Bible away from the church in Rome, take the Bible away from the Mormons who have it, and they don't know how to read it without their false prophet. And Rabbi Berger fired, and everyone with the Talmud, go fuck yourselves. You're all in hell, and you don't know how to read words and take anything literal and get it right for once, and you're too dumb for the Bible. Wow, God and Moses spoke face to face without God in the Bible. He left you in hell. God and Moses spoke face to face. I have to keep repeating that and repeating this over and over and again. There's only two verses in that 16:11. Jehovah spoke face to face also. So let's go right here. Red letter legend. So you fucked up at the red letter legend with John. Verily I say unto you, God and Moses spoke face to face. You better get rid of this book. He that entereth not by the door of the sheepfold, or who climbed up some other's way, who got the God out of the Bible and never once upon a time interpreted this book, has always been invalid. The same as a thief and a robber. So you're all in hell. And you got to get a moral incumbent cult on the internet who can't turn off because they can't get rid. So I'm recording myself as I explain it. We have to get rid of the whole Bible. There's nothing in it, but there's a cult on the internet now. A red letter legend of the cult on the internet with a legend of Jesus. This really, really, really anamorphic bullshit cult red letter legend. Well, all you have this and you preach this, you don't know how to read it and you can't get rid of it. This is a legend. You can't read it. This is a medieval legend cult on the internet. Get up. This is a medieval legend. Go. Trying to help you out. Maybe somebody around you to. Hey, NASA scientists who have old moon rocks. Will you tell the cult on the internet that they can believe you now, please? Hey, you stop publishing until you do that and get a moral and come to cult to accept reality. Hey, we're real scientists now. Yeah, we did that. We read our Bibles and hand wrote it all and got it out of print doing that. And yeah, you put God and Moses spoke face to face, and you got rid of an immoral and common cult with your 140 trillion times the amount of water at the far edges of this universe. You got rid of the stupid red letter legend of Jesus in the King James version of the Bible. It's not supposed to be there, but you made it up. You have a red letter legend of Jesus in all of your books, and we're all in hell, and you're all in hell. You're all in. Wow, you don't know how to read the Bible because it had Jesus in it. You don't know how to read the Bible because it had Jesus in it. With that red letter legend, it's expired in 99. It was expired in 96. We have held up for one. Didn't make sense in 1856. In 96, I don't know if he was a 40,000 year fossil, but he was actually mentioned with early mankind with, we can't figure out where we got this at. But early mankind, right in there from the 4000 BC, being expelled from God and Moses speaking face to face. The Bible made sense after that. Welcome to the OTO. You got a cult on the internet. The Bible made sense after that. You don't need it. It's still 1611. Go try again. And put God into it so you can read it and get it out of print because you didn't know Jesus was a Latin Greek English legend. Do that, do that, do that, do that. Pray to my dog, because of who? Because in 1890 you followed a legend, and which I have in print. 1859 you followed a legend. 1890 I had the legend again with the Apocrypha Kajat, the Biblia, the Finnish language Apocrypha, as addition with the 1023 4004 BC English language Apocrypha. All of your English in print are invalid in the year 2020 that you kept them in the year 2020 that you even have them. They're all invalid. That the 1611 Bible, go back to it and go, I'm going to get rid of my pastor because he doesn't know God. And go, Jesus is a 1611 legend. Oh, I'm still there. Jesus is a 1611 legend, immoral and competent cult on the internet. You're still there. Turn it off. Jesus is a 1611 legend. 1890, turn off that and everything that came after. Legend, 1859. 1890, you couldn't keep up with this. So God and Moses spoke face to face. You didn't know how to read a book. And Joshua the son of Nun was filled with the spirit of wisdom. And Moses and laid hands upon him. And God and Moses spoke face to face. And the children of Israel hearkened unto him and did as Jehovah commanded Moses. God and Moses spoke face to face. And there hath arisen since in prophet Israel no prophet like Moses, whom Jehovah knew face to face. That seems pretty important when you put it like that. So Jesus is a legend. God and Moses spoke face to face. Joshua redacted, and the people were murmuring evil in Jehovah's ears, and Jehovah heard it, and his anger was kindled. So you're keeping a 6,000-year legend in a book we can't get rid of because you got a cult on the internet and your pastors who teach a legend of Jesus. Get rid of legend of Jesus because you have a cult on the internet and be done with that. That's kind of where we're at. Welcome to the OTO. Yeah, you've had this book in print far too long. Jesus and you made it all up after that. Jesus is a 1611 legend, followed from 1859, from 1611 through 1650. Jesus is a 16th century legend. Jesus, 16th century, so you missed 19th century science, and 20th century doesn't make sense to you. Jesus, 16th century legend, so the 20th century doesn't. Nothing ever made sense to you. As you evolved from great apes, as God sprinkled some magic fairy dust on you, and you followed the theory of evolution with this book still in print from 1859 through the year 2020, cult on the internet. Jesus is a legend because you followed this thing so long. You're a cult on the internet. GodQuestions.org. This is a cult legend of a book. Legend. There's 7.7 billion of you that don't know the age of the earth according to the Bible. And there's 7.7 billion of you that think it might be 6,000. And there's 7.7 billion of you that might be wrong. And there's 7.7 billion of you that don't know how to look at geology. And there's 7.7 billion of you that don't know how to talk about it. Sit down and just say, look at the sedimentary layer, figure it out from there. And the age of the Alps is 770. We'll take that. The age of the Earth, 4.53 billion. We'll take that because the age of the Moon came back with an old moon rock NASA made it to the moon on a power kite with this book still imprinted with the cult on the internet. Yeah, we had to go back in Earth history. NASA even made it to the moon on a powered kite from Kitty Hawk because of this book. Yeah, you made it. You could have made a paper airplane and done better with it. 6,000 years? Wow. You couldn't turn this book off at that? Turn it off. You can't interpret this with 6,000 years. Interpret this as, hey, I had it all wrong after that. And because of that, you didn't know a word of this. And because of the 1611 conundrum, go back to it, handwrite it all, and be done with that. And you're all in hell. And just be done because you have 6,000-year earth. Constitute the James Escher chronology. Yes, if you want to keep it, go ahead, but make it work with geology, and then convince NASA that they got to the moon on the power kite because of you. And because you still have the Bible in print. Got questions, that cult of the internet. Because you still have this Bible in print, we can only say we have a cult of the internet. I'm Ben David. Jesus is a legend. How's that feel? Cult on the internet. Legend. English legend. Cult on internet. Jesus, English, legend, cult on internet, turn off, accept reality. Jesus, get rid of the Bible because you're so dumb now. Because in the 1650, you didn't know what the fuck you were keeping it for. And now you're $28 trillion plus in debt. It cost you that much to have me record myself on YouTube to explain that Jehovah and God saw each other face to face and we have an immoral and competent cult. Well, I invested $6 million into this stupid book that you can't read because you don't know how to read it with God. GodQuestions.org can't accept reality now, just a cult on the internet, immoral incompetence. Stupid. Medieval Bible. Stupid. Stupid, immoral, medieval. Stupid, immoral, medieval. GodQuestions.org, cult on the internet. Stupid, immoral, retarded, medieval, stupid immorality. To keep this book in print with you so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. It's always been invalid. English, New Testament, nothing there. Legend, retard, stupid, immoral, incompetent cult on the internet. Pope gave you a bad book. You didn't know how to read. Put God back into it. Take it away from God to Moses spoke face to face. He called you Jeshurun. And get the fuck off the internet, you fucking stupid 6,000 years. You're as dumb as a fucking immoral retard. You fucking immoral retard. Open your eyes and do something, you fucking stupid immoral retards. God questions immoral, incompetent Bill. You're too dumb for the Bible now. You're too immoral, retarded for the Bible. I can't do anything but get it out of print because you're so immoral, retarded from 1600s. You're an immoral retard, idiot, fucking retard. Got questions, retardville. Go pray to my dog, you fucking immoral retard.